Vad tufft kul. Vad tufft kul. Vad tufft kul. Lucky for you då. Vad tufft det är då.
She'll make the designer for the Deepstack.
You enjoy when you go.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Bye-bye.
Lucky for you då. Vad tufft det är då.
She'll make the designer for the Deepstack.
You enjoy when you go.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Bye-bye.
Lucky for you då. Vad tufft det är då.
She'll make the designer for the Deepstack.
You enjoy when you go.
Oh yeah, I've got that. I thought he was. I thought he was.
Left period. What tough deal left. No, I didn't. I lost
She's making it down there for the Deepstack, isn't it?
You want to enjoy it when you don't.
Oh yeah, I've got that. I thought he was. I thought he was.
Left period. What tough deal left. No, I didn't. I lost
She's making it down there for the Deepstack, isn't it?
You want to enjoy it when you don't. perioden. Vad tufft kul. You want to enjoy when you don't.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Perioden. Vad tufft kul.
Chegar lá para onde?
You want to enjoy when you don't.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Perioden. Vad tufft kul. You want to enjoy when you don't. For you, that's what tough deal, like. More enjoyable when you
All good, my man, all good.
Vad kaffe till va? Vad kaffe till va?
Players will start with the seat, please.
Half an hour?
Level, movement 800, movement 1600 up to 1600 with the start, please. 8, 16, 16.
So here we go, welcome back after the dinner session. Sorry about the short interlude regarding the live stream just before. Decided to go on its dinner break early. So we're back now. No David Lappin, but thanks very much to Dave. David was here for the first 12 levels. Thanks very much indeed to David, especially watching his main man, Mr. Dara O'Kearney. And obviously, during the break, everybody talking about the aces. Didn't even realise he got that in his repertoire, but he had. Well done to him. So we are now live, as it happens, for levels 13 to 20. So we have got a table that's here for the next two levels. We have got in seat number 1 Richard O'Neill, seat number 2 Emmett Davis. Emmett's back. Oh, different Emmett. Cathal Shine in seat number 3, Ronan Merter in 4, Michael Gobb in seat number 6 from Belgium, Jason Tompkins in 6 when he gets here. Owen O'Shea. We were talking about Owen O'Shea. Well, Owen's in seat number 7. Vitaly Joey in 8. So Owen O'Shea on his way to the feature. So here we go, the next session. Thanks to David Lappin for tuning in, for being with us for the first 12 levels. Hopefully, if Dara O'Kearney gets himself through, then we will be greeting Dara O'Kearney tomorrow for the first 12 levels. Miko number 1, nice to be back. Whatever it was, it's sorted itself out now. So the chip counts, 203,000 for Michael as chip leader, and down at the bottom, Emmett in seat number 2 has got 30,000 chips, just shy of an 18 bigs. So Joey raises to 3.5 under the gun. Queen 10 of diamonds. Mr. Lappin,
How you, sir?
I've just been thanking you for all your services, and you appear with a passport. Where are you flying to?
Oh, what a table.
What's the plan, man?
Look at this table.
Are you with us?
Yeah.
Good on you. Good on you.
I see we have Emmett. We have Jason Tompkins. With Davis's oh, Richie O'Neill's there too. Oh, excellent. Oh, he's in the one hole, yeah.
He is indeed.
Cahill Shine. Oh, this is an all-star table.
It is.
Great stuff. So, I listed there earlier on today the illustrious career of Mr. Tompkins. All those final tables, WSOP, WPT, UK IPT.
And here he appears.
Will it be European Deepstacks? I wouldn't be surprised if he even had that in his resume somewhere. Go back enough years. Richie O'Neill, one of the top local players. Emmett Davis, he's been around for a long time too. Excellent player as well. And Cahill Shine, well, he might have dibs on being one of the best players in Ireland, to be honest.
So
He's certainly the best player in Ireland that not everybody knows about.
Right.
Cahill Shine.
Like it.
He's been an absolute crusher online for a decade, and I mean crusher. Get it silently, crusher.
Excellent. Always see Ronan about, don't we, with a hat. Very distinguished hat on
Great
Ronan.
hat. So, certainly Ronan liking the look of that flop. He's got gooder flush draw overs. Nobody's got anything, so that's probably enough. He has checked it. Michael's bet the sevens, so that should get rid of Joey, Richard and Emmett. And it gets back round to Ronan with his stack. He might just ship it in here. Well, hang on. Joey's called with the Queen 10 of diamonds here. Okay, he's got backdoor diamonds and a couple of overs. Seems a little optimistic, has got to be said. Well, this makes it even more compelling for Ronan to just stick it in here. As I said, 2 over cards, good shot, flush draw. Love to see a shove here from Ronan. No.
No, but hits it anyway.
There we go. Well,
now might get paid.
That's one way to do it. Well, really don't know what Joey was doing in there, gotta be honest.
It's checked again. The 4 spade with the 7 of spades for Michael.
There was just so much upside for Ronan to just put it in on the flop. 2 ways to win. Mind you, as we can see, he probably wasn't going to get the call. Now that it has rolled off turn and river, he can probably stick out, 15k of value. Michael with the pocket 7s, his only candidate really. It's hard to imagine he's going to station this. Very hard to imagine.
He's got a stack of just shy of 200,000.
Yeah, this would be a big call now, in fairness.
It would.
There's a lot of better spades out there. It's plausible that more than one of these guys has a good spade. Ronan has 2.
No, good fold with the 7 of spades.
And yeah, Joey again. Oh, and that's Joey. Okay, oh well, that's a great opportunity now, because I was told at the break that Joey is a good pal of Mark Buckley's.
Ah, right, okay.
And Mark said him to give him a load of stick. So, well, he's given me an opportunity there. That Queen 10 call. That was a little optimistic, Joey. Bucko says, what are you playing at?
What are you doing? I was looking. So the updates are there's 5 cash tables running and 5 tables for the satellite.
Nice. Well, that's going to grow. I think that might end up being 7 or 8 tables. Looks like we lost 115 in the main right now.
Yeah.
And there is a chance people might re-enter, but I think there's a good chance that those numbers will tail off now post-dinner. People who bust now may think I'd rather take a slightly deeper stack tomorrow instead. Cahill Shine here with the Jack 10 suited, raising it up. Oh, and Michael's behind him with the aces. He's 3-bet to 9k. Cahill's got a call here, I think. Jack 10 suited just a little too smooth to fold to this 3-bet, unless he's seen something from Michael over the course of the last 6 hours to compel him that he's up against an absolute monster. In which case, it's still maybe not a bad call because Jack 10 suited does flop so well. So be surprised for Cahill not to call in this spot. Seems pretty standard. There it is. Lots of interesting flops here.
So the boots. 7 deuce deuce.
Well, not enough reason, I don't think, with these 3 spades for Cahill to continue.
Nope.
I think Michael's going to throw out a small bet here and it'll do the job pretty quick.
Yep, 1 bet will do it nicely.
So am I right in saying, is Joey from, well, the way Mark described him was he was a Russian in Holland.
A Russian in Holland.
That's how he described him.
Joey, yeah, well, yeah, he's Dutch. He's got the Dutch flag.
The Russian may not have been an accurate description. I don't know if that was having a bit of fun or the truth.
Chip leader at the break was Charles Calfelis from Switzerland. Annette was second.
Second with her 295.
Yeah, Annette was second.
She's some woman.
And Dara O'Kearney was 9th in chips at the dinner break.
Very nice.
So, all going along very nicely indeed.
Well, Ronan here, mid position. He's going to open it up with the 10s. Michael right behind here with the 5s. Most likely going to flat here and set mine. Not the worst spot in the world. If it's not too squeezy a table, it's not the worst option. Jason elects to let go of the Jack 9 suited. A hand he could have considered. Maybe on the button he'd have considered.
So flop time. Queen 9. So Joey picks up a piece of it. He checks.
Yeah, pocket 10's still best here, and Joey definitely the most likely victim. I don't think Michael can call here with players behind and a sort of middly board. Joey could certainly call once, but then the fact that that board is paired really takes away a lot of the value of his 9. He's behind an awful lot right now. Maybe from a minimum defence point of view he has to just station once here, but
5 of clubs on the turn.
it's not great.
Will be a check call again from Joey in seat 8.
Yeah,
Well, as he worked it out.
like best case scenario for Joey here is that Ronan has a hand like 10 Jack or some diamonds that he's going to go twice on. He could have him dead with a queen. He could have an overpair like he does right now, which has him almost dead. So it'd be a good time to abandon ship here, Joey. You don't want to give Bucko more ammunition to take the piss out of you. Looks like he is going
Looks
to...
like he is going to be flicking it in. Oh, he made it 18.
Oh, wow. Well, that puts the cat amongst the pigeons here for Ronan. He's got a hand that he most certainly didn't want to face a raise with. He almost certainly wanted to bet here and check back rivers. Now he's facing another bet. His hand does shrivel up a wee bit. He's blocking the straight draws, remember, so that's really important here. Okay, it is possible that Joey's doing this with some diamonds. It's very plausible he's doing it with a queen. It should be unlikely that he do it with a 9, but he is choosing to. And then 10 Jack is the other likely hand, and of course combinatorically that's much less likely now that Ronan has 2 10s in his hand. It's a small bet too though. I was going to say it may mean it should be a fold, but for that sizing, maybe Ronan's meant to get sticky here. I don't know. Get sticky here and maybe turn his hand into a bluff sometimes if a king or 8 comes.
Oh, it is full.
Wow, well Joey, you've picked your man there.
You have indeed.
And I'm not quite sure whether you knew exactly where you were at the hand, so I don't want to give you no credit. It was a bold move. Certainly be hitting you up later on in the bar, figuring out where you thought you were at in that hand.
So 115 are playing the main. They're down to 76.
It sort of shows the weakness of that bet on the turn. You know, in most situations you would see a check back on the turn there, and then you're pretty much happy to call any bet on the river that your opponent may make. Maybe a diamond wouldn't make you too happy. Certainly a king of diamonds or something wouldn't feel good. But you can station on an awful lot of rivers, whereas when you bet there, you kind of open the door. Maybe he felt because he was blocking the draws, he could bet there.
So the line's 8-16 with a 16. Level number 13 of the day. Play 20 levels.
Question for you, Tower.
Yes,
your favourite ever final table that you covered as a commentator?
Oh my word.
Because I'm guessing we're going to be... You're in the hundreds, surely.
13 years, yeah. Absolutely.
So you're probably in the 200 or 300s.
And the favourite ever?
Your favourite ever one. Was there anything that was just really above the rim, some really exciting stuff?
My word. My favourite ever coverage would probably be we weren't actually live streaming at the time, we were doing the videos, and it was for, is it Jeff Schulman?
Oh yeah.
Who won the World Series Europe when Daniel Negreanu was heads up?
Yeah, so who used to run Card Player, his dad.
That's right.
Yeah.
And his missus was on the rail.
Nice.
And the only person in the entire building that was rooting for Mr. Schulman, the only person. And he hit 2 1-outers to survive.
I actually remember this.
And Daniel Negreanu had him all in 3 times to win a bracelet, and Jeff came back and beat him.
Well, I won't be sad about that.
We actually got into a little bit of trouble, but in a nice way. ESPN decided not to do anything about it because at the time we were doing the videos for AWOP, World of Poker. And we were doing the videos for Nuts TV, and we were doing all the videos, and we were up on the rail above the Empire, above the stage, and I actually videoed it live. And then obviously we weren't live stream.
But they didn't want
but
the coverage going
we
out.
literally had the clip.
You stole exclusivity off them.
We literally had the clip up within 30 minutes of it finishing. Or the hand, especially the jack's hand, and he had ace 10 was it? I think it was ace 10 against jacks, and he rivered an ace to stay in the tournament. And we literally got the and it had something like 30. This is like back in 2009, 2010, and we had something like 25,000 views in 6 hours of this one video. It went insane. We got an email the morning after from ESPN and Walt Disney.
Oh wow!
Fantastic! Love the footage. Blah blah blah. Great coverage, but can you please take it down before we press any? And
wow!
Just be aware that we're doing this, we're doing that, and like you said, they were making a TV program out of it all. and we had to take it down, unfortunately.
That's a pity.
But it was insane, and the actual building itself just erupted when the one out just kept coming out. It was just crazy.
The interesting spot Jason finds himself in, he could sort of defensively bet the turn here, but I think more likely he's going to check back. He's bet on the 9-5-3 deuce. No, he's going to go for a little bit of a bet here. The problem for Jason is if he gets raised in this spot, if he's targeted Michael as the type of guy who won't raise a draw, this is a really nice bet, and it sort of protects him a little. We know that Michael can't really go away with this flush draw, so it's essentially a sort of an advanced blocker bet. And we'll see Jason very quickly check back river, I think, if this gets called. But it does open the door for Michael here to turn his queen high into a bluff. And actually, Michael just folds. Wow. So getting 16. Wow. He's getting... He needs to be about 23%, which he almost is with a flush draw anyway. Now, of course, he might feel like Jason could have better flush draws, which mean he hasn't got those outs. But in that spot, he's almost getting the direct price, let alone the implied price. Jason, advanced blocker works in that spot.
Well, change of dealer, and we're not even at the end of the level. Spoilt it for us now, David. We once had an 8-way chop on a GUKPT final.
That's pathetic.
Adrian Mateus got eliminated in 9th.
And they all
about
went,
5 years
gone,
ago.
Let's do it.
That's more or less exactly what they did.
They should quit poker, all 8 of them. They should just immediately give up the game.
And I think it's the first and only time we literally stopped 8-handed. Like, wow.
Day off for you.
Adrian, well, they played on, but it was just obviously the money was sorted out. They weren't changing the money at all anywhere, so there wasn't extra spots for different prizes.
Trophy nonsense.
It was trophy. Yeah, that's exactly correct. And we all know what you do with trophies.
I'd have just left at that point. I just said, if I got my money, I'm going. Cahill Shine here under the gun 9s. It's made about 60 bigs now at the moment. So pretty much came back with a starting stack. As you say, 60 bigs post dinner. Not too many tournaments where you have that.
No, that's true. That is true. But we get a button call from Patrick in seat number 9, who comes back to our table. Patrick without a K.
Definitely like this call. I like it even more when we're deeper. I think at this stack depth it becomes a little bit more marginal, but still fine. Emmett with the suited ace as well may well come in here. Richard with the ace-7 off, probably the handout of all of these that I like the least, but Richie does pride himself on some good post-flop skills, so perhaps looking to use those against arguably the best player in Ireland in Cahill Shine. Terrible board for Cahill. Little does he know he's still in great shape here. All the boys blocking each other's outs. They could all hit a queen for the chop. There's only one ace left between them. So, does anyone have the presence of mind to turn their hand into a bluff here? I doubt it somehow. Just far too likely somebody has some of that. Cahill can't bet. So we're going to a river. And it is I say a blank. Obviously the ace-4 has made a pair. Don't think Emmett can bet this. I think he has to... I suppose he could stab out one big blind, something like that. Richie looks like he's sniffing it out. So, as I said, that the hand that I like the least pre-flop, but admittedly a man who has some creativity, has found a spot here to get the best hand to fold. And credit to Richie. This is the kind of reason why, maybe he can make a speculative call of that nature. He can really sniff out that nobody's got anything.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to have nothing, but nobody did.
Is.
So credit to Richie there, a real steal. I played a great pot with Richie here in the Unibet Open Dublin 5 stops ago, so just over a year ago. where I rivered a boat, and Richie had quads, and I managed to find the fold. And I didn't know if I was good for half an hour. It was he didn't show me, and I had to wait the half hour to see it on the live stream on my phone. Very happy to discover it was a good one, because it was definitely a by the book call.
Nice one.
Dara,
not many people find a fold with a full house.
No, and Darren and I covered it for the next episode of the Chip Race, I remember. Basically showing what a terrible fold it was by the book, but
by the book
right.
It was a terrible fold.
Yeah, every solver in the world would have said call. Well,
sometimes your gut instincts are the best ones to follow.
That's it.
And if it works, you're still in the tournament and you can still win the gold.
Yeah, or in my case, come 14th or 17th or wherever I came. Can I just say, and maybe it's because it's a day 1A, and maybe we just have a slightly thicker density of, better calibre of player than you might get at a 1B. I'm really impressed by the standards. All three tables we've seen so far, and now this one too. You'd sort of expect it from this table. I have to say, 5 or 6 of these guys are either full-time professionals or long-time winning recreational players.
Yeah.
But
do you think more satellite winners would play on the Friday?
Yeah.
To cut down on the X's, obviously.
Yeah, I think if you didn't win a package, so when you won a seat for this one, it was a seat only.
Yeah.
Makes sense to fly in tonight or tomorrow morning, play tomorrow. So I think we will see a bigger density of qualifier, which should make tomorrow's field a little weaker. But then, of course, and a lot of the better players want to jump into 1A because it gives them 2 bites of the cherry or multiple bites of the cherry.
Be interested to find out the number of players that elect to play Flight 1B if they've already bagged a stack up. If anybody actually does.
You're obsessed.
I'm just laying it out there, but for the first time, it is choose a stack.
I am going to guess that number will be greater than 0.
Unless than 5.
But I think I'd probably put the line at like 2.
Really?
Yeah. Look, again, the organisers will kill me. They want people firing bullets all right and centre, but unless you're incredibly short, it is hard to justify. I'll put it that way. I don't want to be giving the organisers a hard time, but I certainly don't want to be giving bad advice to the poker public out there.
The best thing about it is that it's not surrender stack.
Yes, I know. Surrender stack is a crazy.
You're obviously already through today too, but you can play again tomorrow if you do bag up tonight.
Yeah.
And try and get a bigger stack going through today too.
So Joey's bet 11k here now in an attempt to take this one down with his bottom pair open ender. He's got looked up by Owen here, who's got a gutter and a top. I can't see too many words where Owen's folding, but I think he's probably going to check.
Yeah, just check.
And maybe look to snap off some bluffs. In the end, check. Joey. So we see there Jason's made quite a good comeback actually. He lost quite a few chips early on this table. I think maybe going into the second break he was down a chunk of chips and was telling me that he'd made a bit of a recovery pre-dinner, and that recovery has continued. But yeah, pretty tough table here, gotta say. Cahill and Jason certainly both have dibs on 2 of the best Irish poker players of the last decade.
Bit of an accolade, that, I like that. When you recognised the players over the last 10 years that are doing it on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's a tough old business to survive in more than 6 years, to be honest. If you see people still around 7, 8 years later, they're doing something right. If you see them still around 13, 14 years later, they're doing an awful lot right.
Yeah. Saying that, I've just seen Mick McCluskey.
Well, we're going to have to do multiples of 14 then, yeah.
Mick McCluskey, you're going to play the satellite, he says. I'm going to play the satellite and then...
He's some man, he's going to jump on the satellite. Has he not taken enough money out of these Unibet events? His final table, the last 2 Unibet events he's played. I think he's... In fact, this is a lucky room from him. I think he's final table every tournament. He's played in the Bonington for the last 2 years.
Awesome. Well, he's jumped in the satellite and he's going to play anyway tomorrow.
Fair play.
But fair play to him.
Yeah. Shout out to the legend Mick McCluskey. I have to say, one of my favourite people in poker. My girlfriend's favourite person, maybe, on the Irish poker scene. She's a big Mick McCluskey fan. And Mick is a great lad. And just one of the nicest people you'll see on the circuit. And I tell you, he might not be Mr. Salver. He might not be, trying to keep up with all the new fandangle ways to improve, but this man absorbs from what he sees, and he still plays the style, and he still adapts as well as most. It's very impressive to see. I'm trying to remember now. I think Cahill might have final tabled this event one year. I'm going to might be looked that up. I'm trying to remember now. I know he definitely had. Yeah, maybe it was the IPO. Was that the IPO or this? He final tabled one year. He might have even won it. I'm going to look that up.
So Joey gets active again with the twos. Right. Emmett round in seat 2 with 20 bigs. Is this the time? No,
the European Poker Deepstack champion 2014.
Well, there you go. Well done.
So he is
well
a former champion. I wasn't sure if he was champion or not. I thought he might have come first or second, and I didn't know if it was this or the IPO. But yeah, so he won this one in February 2014.
Awesome. Well done for remembering.
Cahill's biggest result today, of course, is second place finish in the WSOP event. That was the year. God, so many Irish people came second. I think it was like 6 seconds from Irish people and not a single bracelet. The Irish haven't won a bracelet at the World Series for about 15 years.
Really?
But I think in that time we have about a dozen seconds. Darrow Kearney has a second.
Just
Mark McDonnell has a second.
Finishing line, eh? So the blinds are up for the first time this session. Blinds are 1,000, 2,000 in the big blind ante. 5,000 in the pot as we go around.
While I'm doing my bit of Hendon Mob work here, I'm going to pull up Tompkins. I see 900k in live earnings. I'm going to do a highlights reel here. 5th at EPT San Remo in 2012 for 220k.
Is that the one Liv Barry won?
No, it was not that one. I remember that one. I think she might have won it the year before.
Ah.
This was the one that Ludovic Lakai won.
Okay.
He has a 6th place finish in the World Series of Poker. It was a 1k event back in 2012. Same year, actually. Those two results not too far apart.
It's all about form.
And then, actually, I remember this one very well because I was rooming with him in Barcelona this time last year. He came 8th in the 3k WPT for 74k. That was there was a lot up top on that one as well. It was about $750,000 up top on that bad boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a bit sad. And he got done as well. I think did he get his jacks in against 8 or against 6?
And you win 75,000 and you're like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. He had rocked the short stack for a full day. I don't think he'd ever got above 15 bigs for a day of poker. Ooh. Gets to the final table, gets a little spin going, and then gets it in with jacks against, I think, 8s and loses.
Oh, no way.
8s or 6s, one of those. Jason also has a second in the European Deep Stacks this very tournament in 2009. So he was the bridesmaid that year. So we have a former champion and a former second place finisher.
I think Pianicat wants to know the players around the table. So we will tell you.
Well, in the 1 hole, you've definitely got Richie O'Neill.
Yep.
In the 2 hole, you've definitely got
Emmett
Davis. 3 is Cahill Shine. 4 is the chap you mentioned with
Ronan
the
Murta
with the hat.
Yep.
That's right.
Michael Gobb from Belgium in 5.
Oh my God, it's Jason Tompkins in 6.
Owen O'Shea in 7. Joey Vitale in 8. And in 9 is Patrick Sterner, who we saw earlier on today.
Yeah, he's obviously had a table move.
I've not done any commands at the moment on the Twitch, so I do apologise. But that's who we have.
So, I want to just point out here, Joey's gone for a fairly wild raise here. 7-5, a whole lot of nothing here. He's got some back doors. He needs the 2-3, he needs the 6-3, he needs the 6-8. But he has found us an amazing spot here where Michael has c-bet the Django's on the ace-9 4 board and is now in a miserable situation. Little does he know he has 95%. But yeah, Joey in a pretty audacious bluff here. This might be a good contender for bluff of the day, I gotta say.
I think it works. It does. Yeah,
oh my goodness!
It has worked.
95% folding. Joey,
and he shows it.
Oh.
Joey shows it as well. He shows the 7-5.
But he promised he was going to put on a show for Mark Buckley. I guess we're getting treated to a show right now.
If only they were in that conversation, all the table. I'm going to put on a show. We might not have seen the Kings fold. Hard to call once there's been a raise. So good evening one and all. If you're just tuning in for the first time today, David Lappin to my left.
Pleasure to be spending the day with the Absay Tower. Not for the first time, but...
No, that's true. That's true. We have met.
This might be our... Is this our third or fourth stint together maybe over the years?
All right, so.
Emmett Davis all in with the Jack-10 suited. He's going to get looked up here by Michael. Big slick. Super live hand, as you can see. His suit is clean as a whistle, so he's got 44% here despite being up against 2 overs. We got to now wait and find out if anyone behind's woken up. Be very unlucky for Michael if they have. Now, quick fold. And off to the races we go. And we can call this a race because we often call lesser shots a race, even though it's...
the Jack-10 of clubs. Do we get there with the suited connectors? Well, we have more outs.
A bit of help. Bit of help.
We have more outs.
Our percentage has gone down, but our outs are still aplenty. We've got the backdoor flush for us as well. That's no good. That's a particularly bad one.
So a 9, a 10, or a jack.
Boom!
Hey, there we go. The 9, the 10, or the jack on the river.
Big smile from Emmett there. He gets the double up. I'm sure Michael won't be feeling too bad. Obviously, you never want to lose that 45k pop, but he does have a big stack in front of him.
Yeah.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yeah, 20k out of a big stack is not too bad.
Emmett back up to 22 bigs. He did nothing wrong there. Obviously shoving the 10 jack suited pretty standard. As you can see, the power of a hand like 10 jack suited, when he does get looked up by a ace king or ace queen, he's in fantastic shape.
Andy Black has been eliminated. I'm not sure if he's jumped straight back in or he's going to wait until tomorrow.
That's the question for people right now. If you do bust right now, I think that's where it comes in. Like, you can buy 50 bigs or maybe even less. Maybe there's only 40 bigs now. And
yeah, we're on 1,000, 2,000.
Do you want to buy 40 bigs or do you want to give yourself a chance to spin tomorrow? I think I might go for the latter if all things were equal.
Jamie Byrne eliminated. Mark O'Hare. Carl Cullen also gone.
This is an in memoriam reel, is it?
The old violins coming out there. Said the Grim Reapers reading out the names.
Should we get like Billie Eilish to sing over this or something? Is that the way it works?
Can she sing? That's just from an old person.
Well, she said that she did the in memoriam at the Oscars this year.
I'm doing the Bond theme tune apparently.
That might have been the song she sang.
Is that the one?
I don't know.
The new Bond theme tune. The youngest person ever, apparently.
She's only about 19, isn't she?
Youngest person ever to do a Bond theme, apparently.
Fair play.
That's as much as I know
got
about
some pipes
Billie
anyway.
Eilish.
She has some pipes. Very talented. Herself and her brother Thaddeus, they're very talented music producers, got to be said. Anyway, where are our tunes gone?
Yes, exactly. I thought somebody had put a playlist together.
I know, we had ABBA just before the break. Going to take a look at the aggression frequency here. Not a lot you can infer from this stuff, if I'm honest. Joey, obviously we can infer a fair bit. He has been maniacal, but you know, the card distribution is going to decide an awful lot over these samples. I think
if you were watching this back, you wouldn't pause the screen to look at the aggression frequency.
No. But you'd already have a sense that Joey's off the charts.
Here come the biscuits.
Ah, fantastic.
No way. Obviously donuts this side, no?
I left these behind. Thank you.
I've had tea, no, I'm fine.
Thank you, Kasha. So we just had a
delivery.
A delivery from the Unibed events coordinator or events manager or sort of events czar.
Nice.
Kasha Scanlon there.
Richard in seat 1 raises to 4.3 with a visor at 1-2 with ace jack. In 10 minutes time the progressive bounty is going to be started in the room, so it'll become a little bit noisier because we've got the tables directly to our left and in front of us being used, because obviously I'm guessing nearly the whole of the card room or the whole of the room will have people at every table. It's looking busy. There's a queue to jump into the progressive bounty.
As there should be.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 5 tables for the satellite. We have 5 cash tables. We have 115, which is whittled down to 73 in the main, and the bounty is just about to start.
It's not too late for anyone entering the bounty. If you want to purchase Darrow Kearney's satellite webinar for €100, you can hit him up on Darrow Kearney at Gmail something or on Twitter. I'm sure he'll send it to you hastily. You can brush up your understanding of the unique spots you find yourself in PKOs.
So welcome aboard, everybody. You are watching the live stream from the Dublin Poker Festival.
Can I just point out we got double postling going on right now?
No way.
We had Carl Shine and Emmett in the 2 and 3 hole, both postling. I saw them.
Oh, they're not postling each other.
Nice.
Well,
nice. Now look at this.
That's an image I don't want to think about, but there you go.
Yeah. Mutually postling.
Ace, deuce, 10. 2 spades. Nice flop for Richard, who jumps way ahead. He decides to check, so he's going to check Cody. Any spot. Guts a ball for Jason and a backdoor as well. And Joey's got a little slight piece, but we know Joey's going to put on a show, so out comes the bet.
Well, I have to say, I do like Jason C-bet here. He blocks ace king and ace queen. He does have the gutter. He has the backdoor flush draw. So it's a good hand to fire a little C-bet. Joey looking for the 5. And Richie will be suspicious that one of these guys has an ace, but he probably can't do anything other than call. Oh, wait. Oh, he's short, sorry. So
the ace 6 with a stack of 37,000 with the blinds at 1-2.
Great instincts from Richie to recognise that maybe, you know, the original raiser, Jason, didn't have it.
And back to 45.
He gets called there. He gets called in bad shape, so he had to recognise something.
Great to see a full card room.
Yeah.
Great to see just about every single table in the room with players around it. 3 events and cash tables. Good to see.
Yeah, and to be fair, it does kind of start now. You know, obviously this is day 1A.
Yeah.
But day 1As are often a soft opening to a festival. By the evening time, you got the satellite for the 1B going on. You got your side events. You got the guys who are in 1A, and as you said there, got a decent chunk of cash game tables going on, and those numbers are going to get bigger and bigger, I think. So you're bumping it up here with the Ace 10.
So we raised to 4.4 with the Ace 10. Patrick calls with King Deuce, as wide as you can get. Which will bring... Nope, Emmett decides to get out of the way with the 7th. He doesn't defend his big blind. So we're on to the flop. Ace, Ace 4. How do we get paid? How do we get paid? We're sticking a bet. No action whatsoever with the King Deuce. So there is a queue to buy into the progressive bounty. It's going to be starting with about 40 players, but there is a queue. 5 tables in the satellite, and at the moment 5 cash tables. So all going along nicely. The Dublin Poker Festival 2020. Yeah, till Davey comes back. Alright.
I'm in a call.
1 minute, how are you?
Yeah,
Masood Prodham is in the building.
Hello.
When did you get over?
Hello, Phil. I'm here since Saturday, actually.
Oh, you've been for the lot, have you?
Yeah, I played the A-Cop and played the seniors, my first seniors.
Okay, nice.
It was a fantastic tournament. Great crack.
Did you do as good as me last year?
How did you get on last year?
I bust 2 from the money.
I finished.
So we probably earned the same amount. Didn't
I
we?
finished 16th, so
right,
I
you
just made the money.
Good man.
Yeah,
Good
but,
man.
Yeah, there were no headphones, no.
I know. You're having a lot of fun.
Lot
Yeah,
laughs.
absolutely.
Really good crack.
Yeah.
I had to falsify my ID, obviously, to
No
play,
way. No way did they say you're never.
Just wanted to say hi, Phil. And,
Good on you.
I'm playing I'm in the middle of the.
Are you the satellite?
Satellite, yeah.
Excellent.
There should be a lot of runners tomorrow. Looking forward to it. It's my 6th or 7th Deepstack.
Excellent.
I've come here every year.
Very well
Love
supported.
it. It's one of my favourite tournaments.
Yeah, we're talking to when David when doing the conference, saying it's so well supported, every single year.
It's a shame.
In year 13.
A lot of my friends that usually come can't make it. Michael, the bookie, he can't make it. He's coming for the Unibet next week. Skullman's in Canada at the moment.
Yeah. Well, nobody will pay for Mike to come, so that's why he's not here. Always looking at the X's.
I believe CAF 6 was a great success.
It was, yeah, a fabulous event over in Blackpool in England for the CAF Cup 6. It was an incredible super event and raised now a total of £50,000, just short of £51,000 in 6 charity events. So very well done to everybody concerned. We had a great day.
You were DJing?
Indeed, for 8 hours. We, if you don't know what the CAF Cup is, it's a charity event for a guy, one of our really good friends that passed away 3 years ago now. And we kept it alive. We raised money for charity, but we play music. Sometimes a little bit too loud, but we play music for 8 hours.
Well,
and we dance and sing at the tables, and everybody has a good time. And there are definitely no headphones.
On the subject of music, on the day one, I could listen to Piano Man so
Yeah.
many times. It was the same playlist.
That's what we need. We need somebody to get a Spotify playlist and pass it on to somebody.
It's on me. So on the next day, I said, "Can I put my playlist on?" And I've had so many positive comments.
Good.
So it's been playing every day. I've got 100 songs on it, and I'm adding to it.
Excellent.
So if you want some stuff on it,
I
let
will
me know.
send a request.
And I'll put some requests in. All right.
I'll send a
Good to
nice
see
one.
you.
But
I'll
how
catch
many
you
trips you
later.
got in the satellite?
I've got
And
double
what's your
average.
table like?
It's very good. It's very good. I've got a good image.
Yeah.
I've got double the average.
Good man.
You know, I'm enjoying it. And,
Get yourself a seat.
Hopefully.
All right, buddy.
Hopefully. I'll see
Good
you
luck.
tomorrow.
Nice one, Masood. From Manchester, Masood Prodham gets himself into the satellite. He's been over here for 6 days playing every event of the ACOP and the Deepstack and the seniors, and now he's in the satellite trying his chances on for tomorrow.
Great stuff.
Good luck. And it's his sixth Deepstack on the trot. So very well supported.
That's great to hear. Sorry, I ran away there for a moment because I wanted to pick our next feature table.
Good
But
on you.
I've got a good one.
Good shout.
Got a very good one.
Well done.
The one I really wanted is breaking, so we can't have that one.
No.
But there's a very good other one as well. So
Excellent. That will be at the end of level number 16, which will be in round about an hour and 10 minutes. We will go on a break, and then one more break, and then the final session. The live stream, if you are watching and just tuning in, finishes round about midnight 30, so half past midnight.
big news from the outer tables. Dara
Yes.
O'Carney has just taken a lad out by the roots. Aces versus queens all in freeze. So he obviously had the aces versus the kings earlier. Now the aces versus the queens for another very, very big pot. Dara O'Carney is now up well over 400k.
Wow.
Chip leader right now.
Wow. And moving tables.
Yes, he's just been moved tables.
He has.
Okay, so 50 pounds. So if you got, for example, first gift, you are going to get 3 spins, and the other 50 as well. So you have 25 gift minus this, and 25 here on. This is 25 euros. It's cash empty. Okay? So I will give you 25. So you're going to have 75 euros.
Looks like Richie's going to fire a c-bet here. Backdoor diamonds, 2 overs. If he was ahead pre, he's probably ahead a lot of the time, although Cahill here with the king 9 also has the diamonds, may decide to speculate. He doesn't. Not the worst hand to actually go for a float there, Cahill. He had the diamonds, he had the 9. So there were a lot of good turn cards from there, but he elects to let it go. Battle of the blinds here. First bet wins. No bets as of yet. Jason going for some wafer thin value here on the river. And Michael perhaps considering a raise. Well, he has called. It was a heroic goal with the 9 high. Could have been the stuff of legends. Joey, action man so far, has actually got a real hand here, American Airlines. Cahill has flatted here in the hijack with the King Queen of Hearts. Little does he know. Jason in the small blind now with Jack 9 will let that go. No one makes the call in the big blind with the 5-4-0. Any ways to get into trouble now for these guys. Well. Top set for Joey. Pair and a gooder for Owen. Not too much for Cahill here. He's got just a trio of hearts and some backdoor straight stuff. Owen makes the call. He will get paid. Oh wow, can you believe it? Owen has hit the wheel. Disaster card really for Joey, who bets 16k undeterred with top set here. I fear the worst now. Owen, obviously he could be losing to 5-6, but it's unlikely. I think he knows he has a lock on this hand. He just calls. Board pairs can save Joey, and the board does pair. So Joey now with top boat. He's going to get paid by Owen here. He's absolutely going to get paid. Owen may just stick it all in here. It's exactly a pot-sized bet. Now, it looks like he's carving out a half-pot bet. Maybe 20-something. And it is plausible that Owen may raise this. He's got the 4 blocker, which is interesting. Makes boats very unlikely for Joey. We know he has one. With that 4 blocker, he may decide his hand is too good not to raise. It would have to be 5-6, 3-3 deuce-deuce, or ace-ace. Now we know it is ace-ace. Ace-4, only slim combos of that. Ace-4 clubs, something like that. And it looks like he has raised. So Joey's going to do a bit of play acting here before sticking it all in.
I'm back, honest.
Well, you're back for a big one. Joey's all in for 132k. Oh, wow. Owen has put himself in an absolutely miserable spot. He's gone for a thin value raise on the river. I don't hate it, by the way, but now he's facing a bet where he's got 26k to win a pot of about 200, getting an insane price now, 7-1. There's an outside chance he is chopping against a hand like ace-5 perhaps, but it does now feel, given Joey's strong line, that it's much more likely Joey's got aces, 3s, Ace-4. Pretty grim situation for Owen here with the 5-4. If he finds a fold, he does find the fold.
He does.
Well, that is pretty excellent from Owen, it's got to be said. He managed to put in the thin value raise and have the discipline to let it go. That's always an impressive quality, getting such a ridiculously big price on the river. But as the story went, Joey was supposed to have aces, and he did have aces. Well,
big hand.
Yeah, if Owen does manage to spin back up from these 13 bigs, it will be very well deserved for some awesome discipline there. Remember, Joey's the wild man at the table here. Like, just, was there any part of him was worried that might have been just like Ace-5 and he folded a chop? I don't know. Pretty sick. Well,
so the buzz of the card room is superb. All events running and the cash tables. Blinds in the main just up. So 12.25 with a 25. We reckon chip leader's the man they call Doak, are we?
I would be surprised if he wasn't. If he's not the chip, he's top 3 for sure. We are going to see some bust outs now over the next hour and a half. I think we're going to see quite a big.
Yeah, as you predicted as well, there's not been. I don't think there's been one late entry for. Must be going on. Well, definitely since the dinner break. So might be an hour before that as well.
Yeah, the old guess at 120 is looking pretty close.
Yes, it is. But for a day 1A, it's still very good. So the all-in manoeuvre from the short stack with Queen 10, who's going to get looked up by Patrick in seat number 9.
And as we can see there,
which should be a snap.
As we see again, the 200 card suited virtual flip against the Ace King.
The Jack 10 won last time. Does the Queen 10 win it this time?
Hard not to root for Owen after the discipline he showed, giving himself a chance at this spin up. Played very well. Nothing he could have done in that other hand.
Well, they both hit.
Yeah.
So still the same, a Queen or a 10.
Yeah, uphill now, just 5 outs.
No hearts in play, so a Queen or a 10, or we lose one. It's a 3. Very unlucky for Owen.
No, credit to Owen for how he played there. Nothing he could have done in that hand against Joey. Pretty brutal spot, to be honest. And he gave himself a chance at the spin up, not to be this time.
Dublin Poker Festival. Deepstack, the European Deepstack is underway, and the Unibet main takes over next week. David and Aldi ambassadors will be playing, apart from, we reckon, Mr. Simpson.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ian NA next week now, owing to the birth of his baby daughter Adeline, who will be keeping him busy, I'm sure, curtailing his naps for definite. That's something I'm going to try and do for you now over the course of the next few hours, guys who are listening. I'm going to do the occasional roving report, try and run around and get some chip counts where I can. Keep you abreast of all the people you've seen on the feature table today and the others who are in the tournament too. Hopefully you'll see on feature tables over the next few days.
Hashtag Dad Life.
Dad life indeed, yeah.
Indeedy, indeedy.
So, well, something for both of them. Maybe not enough to bet. Well, that doesn't stop Patrick, who bets 20k. 20k? Surely that's wrong. That has to be wrong because there's no way Richie's snapping him up for 20k there. What's going on here? I'm gonna think.
What? Raised to 60. What's happened there? Yeah, they're definitely misclicks.
I find it hard to believe that that's real.
2.5. And then a raise to 6.1. We forgot the dot. We forgot the decimal. Hey, what's the difference between £1.10 and 1.1 mil? Just a few dots.
If you're hardcore, you can do it.
Ace 10 for Rich in seat number 1, raises to 7.2. It is lined at 12.25. And a full. So level 15 of the day. 20 levels we play. There's a break at around 10 past 10. So in about 50 minutes time, just over. One more break and then the final session of the day.
And we're going to hope to bring you, for the next feature table, legend of Irish poker, frankly, Annette O'Carroll. Big McG.
Like
Mick
it.
Graydon.
Yeah.
And your man Irvine, the Northern Irish lad who won a platinum pass.
Ah, right, okay.
And
that's the big table.
There may be even some other areas of interest there. I think actually might be the same table as Michael Dwyer. So yeah, some notables there. We will keep you in the loop if that does in fact become our next feature. But stay tuned if that wets your whistle.
More TBC says, what is the level length? 30 minutes, 20, 30-minute level. Plus the breaks, make it a 12.5 hour day.
Hey, more GBC.
Ace 7 deuce is the flop.
Yeah, Cahill in this blind v blind battle has come off in first place, but he won't know it yet. And he may well be facing a bet here.
Yeah, tough to be defending the Queen Deuce and think you're in front of an Ace 7 Deuce flop.
Yeah, although when you do defend it, you can't give away any piece you pick up. You got to defend it. So
They just call.
yeah, I wasn't expecting anything less from Cahill now. He has to be sticky in this spot. Question is, can Richie O'Neill find a second bullet here? Will he decide that there's enough 7Xs and 2Xs in Cahill's range here that he can fire again? No. Perhaps a little wary of Cahill, who is perfectly balanced in these spots. Cahill won't be thrown out a defensive bet in this spot, I don't think, so it will come down to whether Richie wants to go for it here, and now he gives up. A bit annoyed maybe that he could have won it with a bit more aggression, but that is the benefit of playing in that balanced style that Cahill has. You know, well, he's just flatted the 2 there and he's hung on for dear life. He could have had an Ace X, he could have had a 7, he could have had a flush, so he was protected by the other possibilities. Dissuaded Richie from firing out. A lot of poker players afraid of a tough decision in those spots, why they fold the Queen Deuces and these types of hands in these situations, but Cahill well used to figuring his way through all these types of spots, not worried about putting himself in a tough decision situation.
Yeah, would have
Backs himself to make a good one.
Would have been a tough spot to be in facing a bet.
Yes. How about with the very attractive Ace Queen suited here? He's looking for a spot to shove and he's found it.
Is this it? Yes, it is. This is I'm all in.
And what's nice about finding a hand this good on the button is that there's a lot of weaker Ace X's, and even this King Jack might look you up.
Well, running.
No,
My
fifth fold.
running stack says that he's not calling. Stick a 1 in front of that 66 and he'll be calling.
Perhaps, yeah. Although it's a good spot to gain chips, it's a good spot in any world. I'm not sure. King Jack is pretty close to whether it's a call or not in that situation. Feels like the bottom. So Joey, who Mark Buckley promised was going to clown around and make a fool of himself, has absolutely beasted this table. We saw that audacious move with the 7-5 earlier.
Yep.
We saw him pedal the nuts virtually with the aces as well, so it's been entertaining stuff.
240k. Wowzers.
44 runners now in the Prog KO here. It'd be nice to see that one get up over 60 runners.
Yeah, I think it will. Is it can't be capped, can it?
Oh,
No, there's no queue.
A couple of late entries into the main event. We've seen 2 more jump in nice and late there. I think Chris Dowling might be one of them. I saw him walk into the room.
I've not seen Chris for years.
Oh, he's in the room. He was in playing PLO late last night, and looks like he's made his appearance in the tournament room now today. And he could well have jumped in, bought the 35 bigs you'll be buying for a full stack right now. So we're up to 119. I'm loving my 120 guess now.
Bucko's giving you the wave. Bucko's just realised that we're just talking about his mate Joey. He said what to expect and he's delivered.
Yeah, man on a mission, Joey, to prove his pal Bucko wrong, perhaps. But he has he's shown the full repertoire, it's got to be said. He's made the audacious bluffs, he's peddled supreme value. Not afraid to put some chips in the pot. He put himself in a very mergy spot earlier on and managed to win a pot he probably didn't belong. Richie O'Neill now with the ace king. Richie, a man who's been playing a lot of looser holdings than this now. And one of the advantages of being as loose as Richie is that when you do have this premium hand, you're kind of dangerous because people have put you on a wide range. He's made it 6k here at big blind 2.5, and Ronan's going to be his customer. Here we go. Well, I don't see any situation where this...
No. Oh, is that just a call?
Yeah, I'm
Wow,
really
very
surprised by that.
disciplined.
Really surprised this didn't go all in, to be honest. Ronan's got just over 20 bigs, 23 bigs maybe, 24 bigs, something in that region. Wouldn't have been weird for him to chip in the ace-queen suited with his eyes closed and hope that things went well. Well, here we go. Richie's a bit unlucky here.
Yeah, role reversals. Richie C-bets, they will be going in.
Not a huge fan of this C-bet from Richie. I think it's a flatter's board, to be honest. It's all in now and Richie has to let it go. It's going to show.
Shows him the queen.
No harm when you're in that kind of slightly shorter stack position to show the queen there. Some people don't like showing cards, and as a rule I wouldn't, but there are times where reinforcing an idea in your opponent's minds is no harm. If you want to get a sneaky one through later on, it's no harm to make them think you generally have it. There's 15 minutes left on the level. In real time, these guys are going on a break in 15 minutes. We've got 45. When that break comes in real time, I'm going to do my best to get you a few updated chip counts.
Thank you very much indeed, young man. Thank you. The ace king again. This time Ronan's got the ace king. He's getting the hands at the right time when you need a double up.
Indeed.
And get back into the game.
And he's just flatted again. Okay, so Richie with the threes. It would have been the perfect time to throw the three betting and juice.
And Michael with the fives. Going to come along for the ride.
Makes sense just to flat the button here. When there's a couple of guys off.
They're in. I can't see the ace folding.
So, read situation for Joey. Obviously, it's very plausible that Richie's a sexy little holding.